Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, an update on AEW's FTR return plans.
A top AEW star jump ship to Ring of Honor.
We've got updates on Miro, Kris, Statlander, and a bunch of other missing people.
And an update on Ronda Rousey's plans for WrestleMania. Will she need to buy a ticket? I'm Adam Wilborn.
Yeah, she's in the bleachers. She's not even in front row. That's her plans.
Yeah.
She's going to Chipotle afterwards.
What's she going to buy?
A mediocre-ass burrito that inexplicably costs about $15.
And this is the news.
And gives you the runs afterwards. Anyway, let's talk about AEW's plans for FTR, or a report.
Is it related to this?
Yeah, this is it. This is it. Sorry, Cassidy Haynes and Body Slam. We kind of stole
guys.
your
Fair use, that, innit?
and put it in the background, but we gave you a shout out,
Yeah.
so shout out for the Disco.
Hey, you all right.
Yeah, the Disco Inferno article.
Yes.
Burned in my memory forever. But this is an update coming from Worked Wrestling.
Oh, they're coming through with some good stuff recently.
They have indeed. Obviously on the money with the Trish and Lita stuff in WWE recently, so there you go. They have reported that despite how things may seem as of right now, FTR are still the team stated to eventually take the AEW tag team titles off of the Gun Club. Right. So, pay-per-view this weekend, Guns versus three other teams, Danhausen and Orange Cassidy, the Acclaimed, Triple J, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. That's that match, obviously. Now, FTR's last match in AEW was against the Guns. They lost in December. So the story is there, right? They have started telling that story. So this, if this is indeed the plan, would align with all of that. Now, FTR and Dax in particular, they put a lot of stuff out there, obviously. So last week, there was the thing with AEW tweeting everyone who won an Observer Award apart from FTR. And Dax tweeted like, tell me April is coming without tell me April is coming. That's when their contracts with AEW are reportedly up. Later, Dax was like, hey, I'm not unhappy. Like, I'm really like content in life at the moment. But I think he said he felt a little bit slighted by the situation. So personally, I think all of that stuff is a big fat work.
Me too.
Leading to a comeback. But there you go. I mean, them returning to dethrone the Guns makes sense from a storytelling standpoint.
Yes, they hold like a fake funeral for them a week after they beat them or something along those lines.
Yeah.
They're like, you're rubbish and we're way better than you and you're never coming back, which sets the scene for them to come back and take the tag titles on them. Would have been preferable if you'd have told me this story yesterday, although it wasn't out. Because I predicted the Acclaimed to win the tag titles on Sunday because I thought this Gun Club experiment hasn't worked. But if it's to put the titles back on FTR, I'll take the L on Sunday for that.
Yeah,
and you know why I'll take the L on Sunday for that, Andy? Because myself and Michael Hamlet are doing the live stream reactions for AEW Revolution. Set your alarms, set your reminders. Join us on Sunday night into Monday morning. And maybe some special guest appearances.
Yeah.
So I should say the three of us are going to be doing the live stream.
He never leaves the office, to be fair. It's not really he's a prick as well.
Yes.
There's nothing special about this asshole.
I think someone actually on that video for our predictions, which you can check out right now, or you can listen to as a podcast if you want to listen to it when you're out and about, WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from. I'll swear someone in the comment section for that, because I said, I was all ready to pick FTR or Sting and Darby Allin, for example, in the place of Orange Cassidy and Danhausen, because we'd sort of fantasy booked that in the office. Someone in the comments was like, FTR doesn't work for AEW anymore. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll tell you someone who doesn't work for AEW anymore, sort of. Eddie Kingston. We reported yesterday hang on, it's going to take a bit of work, this. Quit AEW with that interview with Lexi Nair after he brawled off with Ortiz and just was like, I've had enough of this, basically, which is very, in keeping with the Eddie Kingston character.
Yeah.
But he's not gone too far. He's gone next door, basically. He has jumped ship to Ring of Honor, but as much as you go, very nice and all that, he's jumped ship to Ring of Honor for a kick-ass storyline, in my opinion, because he popped up. If you're watching Honor Club, go and check out all the Ring of Honor stuff on there, and the old Ring of Honor stuff on there, because it's mint. Check out all that, because he confronted long-term rival, is the best way of putting it, or the man that he hates more than almost anything, Claudio Castagnoli, on last night's Ring of Honor TV show, following Castagnoli's match with AR Fox, and said, I want a title match, basically, in a very nice little twist. Obviously, he'd promised his mate, John Moxley, I'll never twat your mate, Claudio, in AEW, but this is Ring of Honor. I did like the addition to this story that you included, Andy, about Tony Khan having to clarify on the Revolution media call that yes, Kingston's situation is a storyline, guys. Do you want to know what he said, Andy? He said, I've talked to Eddie since Wednesday, and encourage people to stay tuned to pro wrestling. Stay tuned to AEW and all forms. He just said, yeah, it's a storyline.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like,
Come on, guys.
What's going on? Yeah, there's good and bad to this story, I think, right? Like, so him and Claudio is awesome because, like, they may or may not actually hate each other in real life. Like, this has been a thing for years and years and years, going back to their Shikara days, their indie days. Eddie said a couple of years ago, that coward, he's never coming to AEW. Well, now he's here. And there's loads and loads of history that they'll play with there and they'll bring into this new modern scenario. I agree a bit with Hamflet, however, like the idea of quitting one brand and going to another is very like mid-2000s WWE, where it's like, you're fired from this half, but you can go, it's not really my cup of tea. However, Eddie versus Claudio is my cup of tea. So the AEW side of this is a bit whack, but the Ring of Honor side of it is very cool. So that's how I stand on this.
Yeah, the WrestleMania weekend matches look awesome if that does indeed go down at Supercard of Honor.
Brother, yeah. Some of the stuff, I won't spoil it, but some of the stuff that came out of those tapings, and the show last night was a lot, well, like, the Ring of Honor show last night was very me. It was just match promo. It was really simple. There was no bollocks, there was no nonsense, no added fluff. I was very much into it, and Simon Miller will be here with Ups and Downs later.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that.
that's coming today and next week and other weeks if it does well. So there you go.
And Simon Miller is also coming to Denmark next weekend. So check out his Twitter at Simon Miller 316 for all the details on that one. That sounds awesome. Yeah,
he's going to visit Michael Laudrup. That's why he's going.
I've been to Copenhagen, to be fair. Lovely place.
I'd love to go to Copenhagen.
Yeah, awesome.
I used to have a Danish housemate. He was very nice. Shout out to Nikolai.
Hey!
Let's continue. What is the story?
What are we talking about?
Fightful Select have a big update on a bunch of people who are missing from AEW.
Yeah.
Right, we'll start in the women's division. Let's start there. Kris Statlander, she's still a few months off.
Get well soon.
She's been out with a torn ACL. She suffered that in August. She's been backstage at some recent AEW shows, but she still has a few months to go, which is understandable because torn ACLs are pretty serious.
Yeah.
Best wishes to her. I love Kris Statlander.
The other ACL as well.
She has like torn both of her knees to hell, yeah. Layla Hirsch, another long-term injury absentee. She's believed to be slowly getting there, is the term that's used here, having recently returned to in-ring training as well. She was injured knee surgery in May, so she's been out a while longer. Hikaru Shida is dealing with a finger injury. She has only wrestled 3 times this week, including on the Jericho Cruise in February, but she's currently injured.
This year?
Yes, this year. Did I say this week?
This week.
That's a good schedule.
Recovered pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's like a WWE house show loop, brother. But yes, that's the latest with Shida. Scorpio Sky. He was injured last summer.
Yeah.
But he's actually been cleared to come back for a while, and he's just not been used.
Nothing for him right now.
Nothing for him, apparently. He was backstage at a recent Impact show. Hasn't been brought back to TV yet, but he did sign a 5-year extension in late 2021. So it's a creative have nothing for the old chestnut in pro wrestling. Miro, probably the most interesting name to most people. Yes, the same as it was in December. So Fightful reported in December that he wasn't sidelined because he was injured. It was because no creative had been presented to him or agreed upon. Yeah, that's still the case. Miro is healthy and ready to go, but there's no word on creative discussions between him and Tony Khan. I believe the Observer had reported between these reports that something had been presented to Miro that he turned down, which I think Miro shot down.
Yeah.
It's all very confusing. These are all very talented people. Obviously, the injured people, fair enough.
Yeah.
And like in wrestling, right? It's good when people go away for just a little bit. Like to stay fresh and reinvent themselves a little bit or whatever. It's not a bad thing because it means more people can step into those spots. But Miro has basically been gone for like a year and a half, bar a few comebacks and bits and pieces there. And I'm pretty fed up of it.
Yeah.
And I would like him back on TV.
I saw a really interesting piece of fantasy booking on Twitter yesterday, suggesting, because obviously everyone's saying, the most likely thing is MJF wins or retains the title on Sunday night between him and Bryan Danielson in that Iron Man match. Hamflet has a very intriguing little prediction on our predictions video, but I'll not spoil that. Go and check that out if you want to know what that is about a certain returnee. Ooh. But another option I saw was, Miro coming out and murdering Bryan Danielson, and either that setting up a match between them two, yes please, or him doing that post-match to make a statement to MJF and then challenges him. Also, yes, please.
Yeah.
I just want him back on my telly.
Me too. Like, Miro's a really easy guy to book as well because they've established that, yes, he's a monster and monsters require a degree of protection, obviously. But also they've established that he's got a dodgy neck. So, like, if you want him to lose matches, there's a built-in story.
It's like Brock Lesnar's weak spot is his cock and bollocks.
Yeah. His cock and bollocks or his midsection if he's wrestling Finn Balor.
Yes.
That's really good. That's like in-match storytelling. That's what you want.
And also, the story behind that proves that Shane McMahon's harder than Brock Lesnar.
A better UFC fighter than Matt Riddle, too.
Jesus Christ.
Mind you, Matt Riddle's UFC record, interesting. Yeah, lots of interesting results getting changed in there, for sure.
Let's talk a little bit about Ronda Rousey and her plans for WrestleMania. It's tag team title stuff, as you probably expect. I'm rushing through this because I want to get to the community questions.
Yeah, we've been here for ages, to be fair.
It looks like her and Shayna Baszler are going to fight for the tag titles currently held by Becky Lynch and Lita following Raw this week. There's still speculation as to whether or not you still put Damage Control, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky in there to make it a triple threat. But in a report from WrestlingNews.co, they wanted them Baszler and Ronda Rousey to do a tag team title run through this spring and summer. Ronda's been pushing for it, and generally, what she wants, she gets.
Ronda gets what she wants. There you go.
Right, Let's move on to your community questions today. It's Wacky Friday, after all.
That, if you couldn't already tell.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for sending them to the eel and the brother of the eel.
The eel's brother, yeah.
5 to get through because I was spoiled for choice. And
Why the hell not?
There was more. I could have kept going if I'm perfectly honest.
We're just innocent, man.
Let's start off with this from Tiba. Sup, boys? Would you rather swap hair so Andy is ginger and Adam is bald, or swap voices so Adam has to deal with Andy shouting, Karen Glass to the moon, and Titus, worldwide?
The voice one. I would not swap the bald life for anything. Nothing.
Oh, okay.
There's no maintenance in the bald life.
We showed that video, that photo the other day where they swap seats. You look good.
No, I
can't pull off bald. I'm gonna have to get a toupee or something when the inevitable happens.
I look like a
inevitable continues to happen.
Damian Lewis. Yeah, no, I don't want to go. Like, hair's rubbish. Hair's overrated. It's for losers, actually. So
yeah, if you want to see the alternative, Jeezy peeps, man.
I actually can't. Like, I don't have the level of enthusiasm to scream.
You can do my voice though.
Best show of the week, NXT 2.0.
That's how I sound on a Wednesday morning.
That's how you speak every day. I've nailed it.
Tyler, good
question. The moon.
Tyler asks, what is your Friday night takeout and beer combo after a hard week at work?
Oh, wow, okay. I mean, we frequent a number of quality takeaways in our area. Oh, goodness. How do I even begin with this, right? It depends on my mood, but for the most part, I'm either going for like a Chinese takeaway, but like not actual dishes, like just a bunch of sides like mashed into one. So are you
sharing or are you just?
Nah,
thank you.
Daddy doesn't share.
No.
So my go-to Chinese order is like the most British disrespectful thing ever. But I get some chicken fried rice, and I get some curry sauce, and I get some whatever sides I fancy, right? So I put the chicken fried rice in a bowl, I pour the curry sauce on, and then I line it with prawn toast usually, maybe some chicken wings, maybe some spring rolls or something.
Spring rolls, yeah.
That's what I'm going. Beer-wise, like it doesn't necessarily pair well with any kind of food, really. But I like a stout at this time of year. When it's cold outside, Daddy's drinking 8% stouts.
Very good. Friday's fish and chip night in the Wilborn household.
Fair.
But I think if it was down to me, I'd probably go Fat Hippo with the burger and the dirty fries with the bacon bits on it. I love that. Like, that would be, if it didn't put me in a coma before WrestleCulture, that'd be my Friday lunchtime thing. Drinks-wise, just a little Corona. Got to support the businesses that were affected.
Had enough Corona over the past few years, brother. Gee whiz.
Or maybe a Blue Moon. But then I quickly switch over to gin on a Friday. Very much a gin guy. But good question. Thank you for that, Tyler.
Yeah.
Speaking of work, Carl Plotzer says, Hey guys, I'm quitting my job at a call centre on Wednesday.
Congratulations.
Good for you. What would you do to go out with a bang if you quit?
Oh my God.
I think he means legally.
Well, I'm not. We should say that whatever we say here, we're not encouraging you to do this.
Don't
obviously,
Don't do it.
I
Well,
mean,
do the quitting if they don't respect. Yeah, that's where that goes.
that iPad just hit the floor. People probably think, by the way, that we have like a table in front of us.
No,
man,
you.
It's literally a monitor box. That's how. That's our budget these days. Well, sorry. How would you go out with a bang?
Yeah.
I'd probably unleash a swarm of eels in the air conditioning.
I think
That would not go well for eels, actually.
it's a job at a call centre, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I've never worked at a call centre because I hate talking to people on the phone at the best of times. But I just go classic wrestling, to be honest. So if it was like, hey Carl, I need you to work this weekend and file this report, I'd be like, absolutely, sir. By the way, what's there? Would you like me to shine it up real nice? Turn that son bitch hours, shoot, get the ass, I quit, bitch.
I'd be useless in a
Or
call
just
center.
just do straight Seth Rollins when they ring you up. Go, Carl, on your way to bye bye, bitch.
I think I'd be like Michael Scott in The Office. You know, when he goes to work in the call center.
Yes.
I'd be
Yes.
completely useless. I'd make friends with like a guy who's much better than me and ride his coattails. And then when the day comes to finally quit, yeah, man, I'd probably just like unleash an alligator in the office. Probably kill a few people.
Yeah,
you
maybe
know.
just think. Make sure you got your next job lined up, so they don't have to give you a
Yeah.
reference. By the way, Carl, and
Yeah.
stick to within the law.
Yeah, be good.
That's the thing. Legal.
good.
Has that got us covered as lawyers? Yeah.
Yeah,
They're really saying this, do they?
IRS literally just sitting over there.
Question
Wow.
really for me, this one. James is his name, and I was going to call you James.
All right, well that's my dad's name, so
Oh.
fair enough.
James Cody writes, if you have the laughing cow and the skinny cow, which is a nice green brand in North America.
I've had the
Andy,
skinny cow before.
team up against Becky Lynch and Lita at WrestleMania with Adam Wilborn as the special guest referee, would he call it down the middle? I would, I would. I'd call it completely down the middle. No nonsense, right? Right up until like you hit the manhandle slam into Lita's moonsault
She's hitting that on a cow.
on a cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I forgot about that part. And I'd go down there and I'd go 1, 2. I'd do anything.
Pull
but
off your
laughing cow.
shirt. There's a laughing cow logo underneath. You know what?
Boom! Cheese in the face.
Yeah, get cheesed.
Get out of there.
I mean, there's no way in hell that the Becky Lynch could realistically wrestle a cow, is there? It's not happening. It's not happening. The eel, however, he could wrestle a cow. He's an animal, so
It's a fantasy booking scenario.
the most dangerous animal is eel.
Final question today. I might butcher this person's name, so I do apologise.
Butcher.
Kaz Ahmed, I'm going with. QAS. Kaz Ahmed.
All right.
You have to pull off a heist, Andy, using pro wrestlers, maybe to steal the egg, right?
Oh,
Who's in your WhatCulture 11 and who plays what role? I'm going to make it a WhatCulture 9 because you and I kind of have to be in it.
yeah,
Danny
that's
and
two. That's two straight up.
you're George Clooney, I'm Brad Pitt.
Obviously, I'm George
Obviously.
Clooney.
And obviously.
100% grey beard.
I'm Brad Pitt because whenever you see me, I'm eating a lot of the
George
time.
Clooney, what a prick. He's such a prick. Like, he can play a fox in Fantastic Mr. Fox,
Yeah.
and he's still the most charming creature
Yeah.
in the world. Ridiculous. Right, okay, who we got?
Almost.
Almost.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so we got
No
9
one's-
to get basically.
Yeah.
So we'll go almost.
Because he's gigantic.
Because he's huge.
Obviously. Yeah,
Um,
fair.
Oh, can we have? No disrespect to Ray Phoenix, but first time I ever saw Commander
Yeah.
on Dynamite, and I feel like him running
Evasive.
along a ledge. I mean, I don't want necessarily to front flip into some guards or something, but Commander from AEW this week.
Yeah, fair play, fair play. I'm going to take the Butcher and the Blade because they're mercenaries. That's their gimmick.
Okay.
And we could just pay them their cut and they would do a good
That
job.
counts as 1, yeah.
They would kick everyone's
Or 2.
ass.
1.
Free.
No, because there's those 2 brothers in Ocean's 11, isn't there?
Yeah, there you go. And as we know, the Butcher and the Blade are members of the clan The. So they're brothers too, I guess. My favourite tag team.
So that's 4 we've got so far. 5 left.
I got it. Malachi Black, because he'll mess with the lights.
Good, very
There you go,
good.
there you go.
Getaway vehicle, tugboat.
Tugboat, obviously, yep. Great. Speeding down the motorway on a tugboat, yep.
3 left. To take a bit of a battering, Sheamus.
Sheamus.
He's good at he can just keep
That's a
keep
good
on
shout.
fighting.
That's a good shout. Danhausen. You can curse the security cameras.
Very good.
There you go,
And he's got a mask, so
that's
no
us.
one knows who he is.
Yeah, John Cena's invisible.
Very good.
Obviously. How many have we got there?
One more to get.
One more. Oh,
One more.
goodness.
I think we have to get them from the set as well.
From the set? Oh, boy. Well, I mean, this guy is going to sweat all over this spot,
You
isn't he?
leave DNA everywhere. We can't take you, Billy.
He's got no sweat left. Sorry, Billy, you're not coming.
Brock. There's Brock. We'll take Brock.
Brock, there he is. Okay, cool.
Let's imagine that, like, security just goes to, like, stumbles into where we are, goes to get his, and Brock just looks at him and just goes,
Yeah. You've been taken on by Brock, who has the Rock's arm on his head. How you gonna? Jesus.
Also, imagine trying to disguise Brock Lesnar. Like, you know, they're like, you look familiar.
Yeah.
Where
have I seen you before?
I've seen you. Your name rings a bell.
That's all right. As soon as he jumps on that tugboat, we're out of here, man. It's good. It's good. He could also bring his tractor if he wanted, I guess.
Oh, yes, I didn't think of that.
Him and the butcher would get on. You know, they both do butcher stuff. So
Indeed.
There you go.
Let's move on to today's and finally. I forgot to do this yesterday. Apologies. But it's all about you.
I really don't think it is, but
I hope it is.
It's not. We're gonna pretend it is, Phil.
Yeah, shout out to whoever was in the crowd on AEW Dynamite. It looks like Danhausen, I realised as I look at this.
It might be Danhausen.
With the signs that just reads, Eels and Escaladas.
Woo! Yeah, I mean, this is totally just someone like who has no idea what this guy is.
Yeah,
but I am choosing to believe that it's about this
Yeah, we're
guy.
going full Alex Riley, aren't we?
Oh my god. Push Rage or whatever it was. And he tweeted like, for anyone who's not seen this before, someone had a sign in the crowd saying Push Rage, which was Alex Riley's nickname when he was doing a new metal gimmick. Alex Riley saw this and did a photo of him like looking at it on a TV like from a wrestling angle. And he was like, this means more to me than any WrestleMania moment ever. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And the guy replied going, oh, yo, man, it's not about you. It's about my CAW from WWE 2K. Poor guy.
Really like Alex Riley.
Yeah.
I loved it when he snapped on the Miz back in the day.
I loved it when Kevin Owens kicked his ass. That was a shame. Poor Alex Riley.
Love you, Alex.
He didn't get the breaks.
No.
Didn't get the breaks.
But yes, thank you for your weird and wonderful wrestling signs as always. Especially when, who was it? Oh yeah, Christian Cage had that sign that was going like, all these Monday fans and their video games, and immediately behind him someone held up a video game sign. There you go.
That's how it works, baby.
Yeah. Anyway, right, let us know your thoughts on that and all today's news stories in the comments section below. In fact, let us know who'd be in your heist team, wrestler-wise, in the comments as well. Like, share, subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling podcasts. Me and Sid are going to preview Rampage, SmackDown, got Wrestle Culture with a hashtag Blue Good Quiz. And whilst I'm here, set your reminder for Sunday night to join me and Hamflet for our AEW Revolution live stream reactions, thoughts, Twitter stuff, all that stuff at WhatCulture WWE. Well, actually, you can follow Andy Murray at. Nope. Follow me at Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. But for now, my thanks to Andy, to the Eel. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.